Today we are going to start the Kubernetes day 17 session, right? And like it was a long gap given, but okay, that's fine. So we have some few topics left in the Kubernetes. Like for example, we have to start. We have not yet covered with the example, or sorry, with the explanation on Configmap secrets as well as the Kubernetes proofs actually. So that's what we have going to cover today. So the next session will start with the Helm actually. Okay. So this we will be having in the next session. Okay, guys. So what is config maps and secrets basically? Like if you understand some of the secrets actually, if you see secrets basically, secrets is basically it's namespace oriented. Okay, it's a namespace oriented. Secrets stores the sensitive information like like the key and the value pair, or it stores some password. It's basically you have some password and it's in plain text or it's in a plain ASCII text file, right? And you don't want to showcase that password in any of your YAML file. It means that you want to encrypt it, or you want to you have to encrypt it so that it should not be visible to anyone. So in that case, like you will be using secrets actually. Okay, like I'll give an example later. Okay, or even you want to encrypt actually encrypt the TLS certificates, or sometime you want to even know, or sometime even you want to encrypt your file itself actually. Suppose you have an important file, you are sharing that file, but that file should also be encrypted so that nobody should see the content of your file. So then in that case, what happened, like I will use the secrets actually. So secrets basically it's a name oriented, it's a namespace oriented. It means that if you have a namespace, you'll be using secrets over there, as well as secretive stores the sensitive information like key and value pair. Suppose you have, like for example, like in if you are setting the MySQL, you want to set up a MySQL pod. It means that in a pod you want to run a MySQL DB, right? And you know that when you are setting the MySQL, you are writing a YAML where you are where you want to run the MySQL as a container, you have to minimum pass one parameter, that is number root password, right? And basically what you will do there in that case, you will be passing some value for the root password, something like the password will be something like red hat, right? So if you see the YAML file, right, you're openly showcasing that what is a root logins password in case of MySQL. It means that whenever you're logging to the MySQL, the MySQL container, inside a MySQL container, you have to give some credentials, credentials, right? You have to give root and as a username and the password as red hat. So this is actually what happened, that you are actually passing your the password of the MySQL DB login as a red hat, right? Red hat is a password. So this is not a good way, right? Because here what happened, this is some sensitive information. So you cannot simply no showcase that sensitive information in your YAML file. So that is not the correct way. So hence what you can do, you can create a secrets for your login password, that is roots password, right? And you can keep that secrets. In that secrets, whatever the password you keep, right, that password will be in an encrypted form actually. So basically that encrypted form, it will always be in a base 64 method actually. It means that secret always stores the information by encoding into base 64. Right, in the last session also, uh, I had my SSL certificate and all, right. In the last session we had created a lot of certificates we created, right? And basically what happened that we converted into the base 64, right? So basically what happened, always the secrets in case of Kubernetes, right, by default it will get encoded into the base 64 method only. Okay, so that is one thing. Okay, so this is what about the secrets. So let's see how to use the secrets. Like for example, if you take the MySQL example which I was giving you, right? Like suppose I have a secrets over here, And if you see the MySQL deployment, so this is my MySQL deployment. So let me copy this MySQL deployment. Okay, I think I have to create that vimrc set auto no indent, correct? Save this file and do a source of .vimrc. Right. So now what I will do, I'll create one file with the name mysql-dep.yaml. I'm trying to deploy the MySQL. So we know very well how to deploy this. So what happens, sir? Vimrc dot vimrc. Let me check. Actually, I have saved somewhere this auto indent, if that is correct or not. No auto indent. Sorry, no auto indent. So to just run the source command to make sure that it get affected into your current running shell. So that's what. Now you just say mysql deployment.yaml. Okay, there is some issue has happened, sir. Actually, like let me exit from the shell. Okay, then I'll do the bash shell. Let me remove it and let me recreate it. Marcy. Set no auto indent. Correct. Save this file again. Source.vmarcy. Yeah, now it works. MySQL dep.yaml. So let me copy this. Yeah. So now, if you see here, this is basically a deployment where we are trying to deploy the MySQL. So you know very well all these things. I need not explain it. But here, what happened in the spec file, you know that you are trying to create a container, and the image what you are using is a MySQL, that is version 5.6, right? And the name of the container is MySQL. Fine. Here, you have to pass minimum one parameter, right? Or one environment variable you have to pass whenever you are creating a MySQL. So that is nothing but MySQL root underscore password, right? So this is the n1 variable name. And here what happened, you could see that I have to pass the value for this. And what is the value? Value is nothing but Red Hat. So basically this is my roots login. It means that whenever I want to log into the MySQL, I have to give the username as a root and a password as Red Hat. Then only I'll be able to log into this MySQL database, right? So here you are giving the password actually, right? And obviously the port with which it is running is 3306. You need to mention the container port as 3306 and the name of your container is not a MySQL. Okay, so this is what the information you are passing, but you know very well that here I'm passing a very sensitive information of my DB's login password, which is about Red Hat. So this is in a plain text form, so anybody can view this password actually, right? So if I save this file and if I execute the command kubectl apply -f and specify your YAML file, and you could see that it is able to create it. Kubectl get all -o void. So now you could see that it is still creating. So container creating, container is creating. Yeah, now it came to the running mode. But if you see this pod, right, this pod is running and it is running state and it is created in a worker one and this is IP address, correct? Now, if you see, if you describe this pod actually, kubectl describe pod and specify the pod name. So it shows that actually the container which is running inside the pod is MySQL, and it is using an environment variable by name MySQL root underscore password. And here you could see it is showcasing as a Red Hat. So it means that if anyone describes the running pod, if he has a describe permission, if he able to do it, he can easily see the password, right? So this is, it is in a plain text file. And do you think that guys this is a recommendable way? Remember that you should not showcase your passwords everything in the plain text, right? It should be basically, it should be an encrypted form, or it should not, it should nobody should describe to see what is a password, right? So this is not basically this is not a correct way to do it actually. So hence what happened that we have to use the secrets actually. That's what we have come across, the secrets concept actually. Secrets and config maps actually. So secrets basically, it stores the sensitive information like password or the file or the TL certificate into a encoded form, which is nothing but base 64 basically, right? So now how to do the same stuff actually? Suppose like I want to pass the password, but now this time I will not pass the password directly into the YAML file as a plain text file. Instead, what happened that I need to pass some kind of a secret file, right? Some kind of a secret. So how to do that? So before doing that, let me delete that YAML, or let me delete the deployment. So I'll say kubectl delete -m and specify your MySQL -dep. So now you could see that it's not running, right? No pods are running, right? So now to do that, actually, what I will do basically, I will try to create a generic secret, right, for that password, right? So how to create it? I'll say kubectl create secret, and you are basically creating a generic, generic secret. That's what I say, generic. Okay. Suppose you are creating a TLS certificate, you are creating a secret for TLS. Here you have to mention the TLS. But since I'm using a generic, so it is for a it is for a plain generic. I'm creating it, and here you have to specify what is the secret name. Something like I want to create for the MySQL, so I'll say MySQL secret something, right? And you have to say so hyphen from hyphen literal is equal to what is the password. So password is the key, and the value is nothing but your Red Hat. Okay. And here, if you're working on any namespace, you can use -n and specify the namespace. So since I'm not using any namespace, I want to create a default date. I'm not passing anything with respect to namespace. So let me, so can you see this command? Kubectl create secret and specify the generic and specify your secret name, MySQL secret. -n from hyphen literal is equal to password is equal to Red Hat. Some people might ask me, Rajesh, are you creating a secret with the name MySQL secret? Yes. So what you are storing it here? You are storing the key and the value pair. What is the key? Password is the key, and the value is Red Hat actually, right? So some people might ask that is it only one key and value pair can you store, or you can store multiple key value pair? You can even store multiple pair also. Like for example, my -n from hyphen literal like that. You can create n number of keys and value pair. That means that all those keys and values will be stored in a secret file by name MySQL secret. Okay. So right now I'm just creating only one key and value pair, that is under password is equal to Red Hat. So now I will say enter. Now you could see that a secret file created with a name. We can say kubectl get secret. So now you could see that a secret file with the name MySQL secret got created, and it is of a type opaque actually. Okay. And it has just it created, it has only one key and value. It has only one data, it says actually. So the one data is number password is equal to Red Hat. That is what it is. Even you can use a describe also. Suppose if you say kubectl describe secret, specify your secret name like this. Now you could see that actually you are having a key as password here, but you could see that it is not displaying the value. It is just saying as a Red Hat. So here basically it is having some 6 characters, right? So it is trying to tell that there are 6 characters in your password. So here you are not able to see it actually. Okay. Even you can even edit also. Like for example, I'll use the same command kubectl, edit and specify the secret file and specify the secret file name. And you can edit also. Here you could see that the password what you're storing as a Red Hat is in a base 64. See, CMVKGF0. This is in a base 64 format, actually. If you want to really, like if you want to really understand, like for example, you can say echo and say Red Hat, type it to base 64 -w0. Okay. This is in a base 64 format. The same base 64 format it is there in this file also. Clear, sir? Is it clear till here? Or if
Yes.
you have any doubt, let me know.
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay. Now, now how I can use the same MySQL secret file into my MySQL file? It means that I want to deploy MySQL, the same thing, but I want to use secrets instead of directly passing the Red Hat here. I want to use secrets actually. So to do that, actually, you have one more, like one more YAML file. So this is not but MySQL, the same program, sir, with small changes, slight changes. You will get to know. So what I will say, MySQL. So what I will do now. So vi MySQL hyphen secrets now dot YAML. So clear, sir? So now here what you're doing, this is the deployment. You are using a deployment, same thing. I'm using a MySQL deployment over here. And in the spec, actually, I'm using the same MySQL 5.6, right? So I think I have to copy it again. Sorry. Copy it. Just over here. Yeah. So now what I'm doing here, I'm using a MySQL as an image over here. And in the environment variable, I need to pass one of the environment variable, that is MySQL root underscore password. But here, instead of passing value as a Red Hat, what I'm doing here, you could see that value from I'm using. So, okay, this is the field you have to use. And within that, you are using a secret key reference. And what is the secret name which you are using? I have already created a secret, right? Secret with the name MySQL secret. I'm using secret name as MySQL secret and a key as a password, right? Right. So if you see it, actually, basically what is happening that you are actually, if you copy this section, so this is what the section you're using, right? So here what you're doing that here you're using value from and you're using secret key file reference ref. And here what is happening that you are creating a MySQL secret and the key as a password. So what you're doing here, already you created a secret file with the name MySQL secret, correct, sir? And within that MySQL secret, what you did actually, you created a key value with the name password is equal to Red Hat, like this. And the same MySQL secret here using the name, and here you are actually calling the key as a password. So basically what happened, right? Whatever you have a password, right? This is Red Hat, right? So whatever you are having a password, right? So this would be the password for your username. MySQL is equal to root is equal to password. It means that basically whenever you're using this variable, it'll try to take the key from this password.
Rajesh, are you there? We lost you. Rajesh? We are not able to hear you, Rajesh.
Your mic seems to be muted.
Yeah, sir. Unfortunately, I don't need it.
Yeah, somebody muted me. How come?
Yeah, sir. Unfortunately. Sorry, sir.
Oh, who muted actually?
Yeah, it's me, Naresh, sir.
Oh, no. Who muted me?
Yeah, it's me only, sir.
Okay, fine, no problem.
Sorry,
no
sir.
problem.
Sorry for
No problem. So fine. Now what you have to do is what I was trying to tell you, right? Here, what is happening is that till where you understood, sir, till where you heard my voice, actually.
Yeah,
Till,
till here. Yeah, till
yeah,
here.
till here. Okay, fine. So what I was trying to tell you that actually here also what happened, right? When you are calling when you are using this MySQL secret.yaml file, right? In this YAML file, what I'm trying to do that this everything is same, sir. There's no difference because you are creating a deployment, right? So this we know very well all these things. So when it comes to the spec, actually, I'm using an image with the name MySQL, correct? And I have to pass some one of the environment variable. By default, you have to always pass MySQL root password. At least one environment variable you have to always pass it whenever you are actually trying to run the MySQL, and you're passing this one. Now earlier what happened, right? I used to pass with the value as a password, actually, correct? Value as a password. But here what I'm doing that here I'm using value from, that is one of the field within your spec, actually. Within a spec, it means that within your environment you have to use value from, and you need to pass secret key reference. And what is the name of the key, actually? What is the name of the key? You are using the key with the name MySQL secret, not key, sorry, secret file name with the name MySQL secret. And you are using the key as a password, right? So you know very well that while creating a secret in my command line, I created with a command with the name -fn from -literals is equal to password is equal to red hat, right? So you are passing the key and the value in this password, what is stored is number red hat, right? And because we are using a secret, so basically the password is encoded into this secret. The name of the secret is number MySQL secret. So that's what same thing what I did here. I just took this section here, and I'm just telling you that you created already a secret file with the name MySQL secret, and you are stored a key and a value pair. The key is number password and the value is red hat. But basically, whenever the secrets it want to store that value, always it stores that value in an encoded fashion, actually. So basically, it will store in a base 64 format, actually, right? So now what you are doing right here, that you are trying to refer to the secret with the name MySQL secret, and the key is not but password, actually. You are mentioning key, but the value of the password it is there as a red hat. It is already encoded into the MySQL secret. So basically, what happened that whenever you are using this MySQL root underscore password, it will be using the password from this secret file, actually. This is what the meaning I want to include. So now I'll copy it again, and then I will go it. So okay, MySQL secret.yaml file. So basically, I'll just save this one. Okay. So now I'll see if, let me check if any pods are there. No pods, right? So I'll apply it. So basically, as a cube chip here. You know very well that I already created a secret file, right? If you're having a doubt, let me know. This is what I created earlier, right? Correct. So this is what I created, right? I already created with the name MySQL secret. If you say kubectl get my secrets, you know very well that this secret file which you created, it's already there. I'm using the same secret in my YAML file, actually. So if I say kubectl apply -f and specify the MySQL secret YAML, now I could see that actually your pod starts running get pod, or you can say get all comma semicolon secret -o void. See, your secrets, I think I have to use a comma, right? Sorry. Now you could see that your secrets is also there, as well as your pod is also running, right? This pod is running with the MySQL image, right? You can even say kubectl describe pod and specify your pod name. Here also you could see that your container MySQL container is up and running, and you could see that actually in the environment variable you are passing MySQL root is equal to underscore password, and you could see that you're not able to see it actually. What it says that key password in the secret MySQL secret. See, so here you are not able to see the password at all. Even though you describe the part, still nobody can see it because you are passing that password in through with the help of a secret file actually, right? Similarly, you can even do a describe also, like same thing. You already saw this earlier, that if I use a describe command onto this MySQL secret, kubectl describe secret, and specify this MySQL secret. Okay. So you are not able to see the password. But here, one trick is that actually is that suppose somebody want to edit it actually. So what he will do, he will say that he will say kubectl edit secret, and the secret file is MySQL secret. Suppose he has an option, or suppose he has a given a permission of edit actually, so then he can edit it actually. If you edit it, he can see the password here, but this password is in a encoded form, or it is in a basic input form. So what he will do, he will copy this like this. He'll go to the Google, and what he will do, he will just say base 64 decoder, like something like this. So he'll go to the link like this. He will just paste this, and then he will decode it. See, if he decodes it, he will be able to get the value. Correct? Unless and until he don't have an edit option, he will not be able to see this encrypted form. If he is given edit permission, then only he can do it. Otherwise, nobody. So usually in the companies, right, they will not give any edit permission, or else they will not give, even like describe also they will not give actually. So that very well we have seen in RBSC, right? Rollback access control. You need to get the permission. So most of the times, what happens in the project, right? You will not be given this permission unless and until you are an admin, right? You will not be given the permission. So if you have given the permission, and in your projects, if you're seeing a lot of secrets are being used, you can edit it and you can see the secrets, and you can come over here and you can decode it so that you can see the value actually. See, you could have I pasted here and I decoded it. You could see the value. Clear, sir?
Yes, sir. For support projects, after some time, if you would like to change the password.
After?
So for suppose after some days, if you like to change the password, something password will change. You want to change. You also need to change in the secret map that particular password update something.
Yes, yes, we have to do. Yeah, correct. We have to edit it. So what you can do is that actually you can directly edit, like as I said, right? For example, if you are editing, you can edit over here also. What people will do, right? Suppose I want to change the password. So I'll say suppose like admin @2022. So you want to give this password. So what you can do like this, you can do, sir. Base 64-W0. So you get the password like this, sir. You can copy this like this, and you can edit it. Cube edit secret. Specify the secret file. MySQL secret, right? What is it? Yeah. You can edit it. Go here and change the password. Like this.
Okay, that's got it.
Like this. But the point here is that actually. But the point here is that I will tell you. Like this, you have to save it. But the point here is that once you do it, sir, you have to. What you have to do, you have to restart your pod. It means that you have to restart your service deployment. Okay. For doing that, actually, I will tell you one more method how to do that. But most at the end of the session, I will tell you how to do that. Actually, you got it. See, it is still it will not reflect, sir, because you are changed into the edit file. You are changed to the file. But how it will get reflected into the deployment? But deployment might be referring to the old password only, right? So to do that, actually, what happened, right? Whatever the pods which are running, right? Either those pods should get refreshed, or it should get restarted, or new pods should get created actually. So it means that the existing pod should get restarted actually, like that, into the same worker node. It has to get restarted again. So to how to do that, I will tell you later. It's a very important question. They will ask you this question. You have to tell this only. Or else what is happening that you can remove that you can remove that secret file and again recreate a new secret file, and then like you try to add that secrets into an existing running deployment. That you can do, or else you can existing only you can do editing, and you have to just restart your deployment completely. How to the restart it, like you want to just do a rolling was one after the other you have to do. Clear, sir?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yeah, okay. So that is fine. Now here what is happening is that actually here you are maintaining sensitive information with the help of a secrets actually, correct? Suppose there are some informations are there which are non-sensitive. They are non-sensitive. You need not to keep it in a secrets. In that case, what happened, right? You can store those non-sensitive information in your config files actually, config map files. So config map basically it is used to store non-sensitive information. Okay, config maps. Now, how to do that actually? So, what I will do, I'll try to remove the deploy. Yeah.
One question before going for config.
Yeah.
So can we file also? Can we able to use secrets for file only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, file also correct. I will showcase in the upcoming examples how to encrypt even the whole file.
For secrets, not for the config map.
Config map also you can do, sir. Secrets also you can do both.
Okay.
Okay.
Rajesh, one more thing, Rajesh. This is not technical. I hear a lot of noise from your side. I mean,
I know, sir.
A lot of disturbance. I don't understand.
No, there is a construction some going on.
Okay.
That's the reason. Now is it okay or still?
Disturbance, sir.
I will try to close the windows actually. Now, sir.
Something
Somewhat better, or else I have to shift myself. What you say, sir? If you want to shift me, I'll shift myself. Actually, unfortunately, today work is going on outside.
Okay. It is manageable, not that much, I think.
Okay.
It's manageable.
Yeah, fine. I'll try to move those some more.
Rajesh, one question from my side. This is Suresh.
Yes, Suresh.
Rajesh, something they are going to store secrets in Vault, right? Do you have any idea on Vault?
Yeah. We'll discuss those things also. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, so shall we go ahead with the config map? Okay. So now let me don't think so. Let me delete all the deployments that are running. So kubectl delete -f and specify this. And also I will delete the secret also, sir. Get secrets, right? So I'll remove this my secret kubectl. You know very well now how to delete everything, right? You have become a master in all these things now. So you can remove it. So now there is no secret now, right? You have removed it. Fine. So as I said earlier, right? You want to keep any kind of a non-sensitive information. You can go with even config map also. How to do that actually? Like for example, same thing like password Red Hat, right? Whatever we are passing to the MySQL, right? While creating a running container, you can even store the same root. The password Red Hat into the config file. How to do that? I'll say kubectl create. You have instead of secret, right? You have to use the config map, sir, like this config map. And what is the config map name actually? Something like I'll say MySQL config map, right? And then -FN from -literals is equal to what is the key password, what is the value. So you can create a config map like this. Now if you say kubectl get config map, so you can see that there's a config map is there. Now if you say kubectl, I'll try to describe also the config map. Okay. What is the describe? Describe and specify the config map. Config map space MySQL config map. See, you're able to see, but the point here, the problem is that actually you're able to see the value also. See, because here the config map doesn't store, the value as into the base64 or into the encoded. It will just try to create a file and it will try to store as it is actually. Okay, even you can use a kubectl edit also. If you have a permission, kubectl edit. Let's say config and this one my config. Right? See here also you could see directly you can see this. Okay, that's what I'm saying. If you want to store any non-sensitive information, right? In that case, what happened that you can use a config. Okay. Now, if you go to an example, actually same example what we have with secrets, the same example I have with the config file. Actually. So if you copy this, the whole stuff, the same example, sir. I mean nothing. So I create a file name MySQL Configmap. Okay. So save this file. So same stuff over here also. Now you could see that instead of using a secret key reference, actually I'm using the config map, key reference, right? And here what I'm doing, same thing. Whatever I created the config file with the name MySQL config, right? I'm using the same thing, and the key what I'm using is a password, right? Same stuff here. So save this file. So what I will do, after kubectl apply -f and specify them. That's what I am also. Now you could see that kubectl get all config map -o. So you could see that actually your config maps are there with the name MySQL config, and you could see that actually the pod has been created. Same thing, you can even do a describe. kubectl describe pod and specify here. So the same stuff over here. Here also you're passing an environment variable, but here somehow somebody does the describe on it. You cannot see the password over here. See, it says that it sets the key password to the config file with the name MySQL config. Unless and until he has a permission to describe onto this config map. Unless and until he will not be able to see the passwords. So again, the same stuff here for in many workplaces, right? They will not give the describe or edit permission to the config files or even to the secret file also. Hence, he will not be able to see the password, right? Right. So that's what they are using this config maps. Okay. So config map, you have to just say it's a simple. So if anyone asks an interview, config maps are basically saved. They are used for storing a non-sensitive information. Suppose you want to just do, there is not much sensitive information. You want to still store into some format of file. You can use the config maps actually. So in case what is happening that you have to use the encoded format. So in that case, you will go with the secret files. So this is the simple difference you have to tell actually. So it is very simple actually. This topic is very simple. Okay. Now coming back to here. So what is happening that in there is some use case scenarios are there, sir, in a real time. What will happen that suppose assume that there is a pod which is running. There's a pod which is running, sir, in your system. There's a pod which is running, and this is the pod. And within a pod, you are running some container actually. So this is a container, correct? So this is a container. And here assume that this is the Nginx container. Nginx container. Now, you know very well that in the Nginx container, you will be hosting some web application, and basically that application will be your index.html file, right? It will be index.html file, right? So now here what happened, right? In case of Nginx, basically what is happening that will be placing this index.html under /usr share Nginx and HTML, right? Under this path, basically what happened that you will have this index.html file, correct? Now you say that Rajesh, I don't want to, I don't want to run my index.html as a directly into my container, like in a plain text. Actually, I want to encrypt or I want to keep this index.html into a secret file basically. So I want to keep the whole index.html to secret file. So what you will do that basically here, what you will do, you will not make it the index.html available within inside a container. You will keep it outside actually. So what you will do, like you will basically create a secret file over, right? So here what is happening that you will create a secret file over here, right? What is the secret file? You will basically get a secret. Okay, and the secret of the file something can give something like this is the index file, right? So I'll give the name as a index secret actually. Index secret actually. Okay, sir. And here what is happening that within this index secret, which is a secret file, okay, which is a secret file, you will keep your index.html file in a encoded fashion. Index.html into the encoded form. Basically, you will keep in base 64 form. Clear, sir? Now, what you will do that because your container is running, it has to display some web page, and that web page is not for your index.html. What you're going to do that you have to mount, okay, you have to mount this into some volume actually. So basically, what is happening is that you have some volume within your pod, okay, some volume you will create actually, right? Some volume will create like this, and you will try to mount this secret file to your volume mount, to this volume, and the volume name will be something like my volume, my vol. And later, like once you mount your secret or index.html, which is in the index.secret, to this volume, now you know that this volume is not but it's like a storage, right? So you know that whenever you have a storage within your pod, whatever the containers you have, all the container can access this volume, right? So basically what you will do now, further you will try to mount this wall into the path of Nginx where it is running under /user Nginx HTML. Under this path, you are going to specify the mount part. So it means that your my wall, you're trying to mount to this path actually. So once you mount to this path, which is /user share Nginx HTML, right? You'll be able to access the content whatever you have indexed HTML, right? So now this is one of the use case, right? Basically what happened, right? People don't want to keep the web page into the container running. They want to keep it outside while the content is getting created or while the pod is getting created. During that time, this file has to get mounted, but this should be in an encrypted form. So that's what you will do. Whatever you have indexed HTML, right? Basically, first you will try to make it encrypted, and then you will keep that encrypted into a secret file, and then finally you will mount that secret file, index secret, into your some of your volume which is there within your running pod actually. So once you mount it, obviously all the contents whatever which are running, it can mount the same volume, the shared volume, right? So that they can able to access this index.html file. So this is one use case, sir, actually. Clear, sir? So how to do that actually? So this is a big deal, right? How to create that? It's a very big deal. So let me do one thing. Let me again go back and let me see. I think the pod is running still, right? So I will remove it. How to do that? Qctl delete -f and specify this config map file. Okay, I have a secret file also, or I have a config map file also. Sorry, not secret file. Config map. So delete it. Qctl delete config map, specify the file. Now I'll do one thing. I'll try to create an HTML file. I'll say touch index.html. Create a file. What I will do basically, I'll go to the index.html file, and then I will try to write some content actually. Welcome to Kubernetes session. Something else. Right? Okay, this is a header actually. So this is my simple file. Correct? This is my simple index. So now what I will do, I want to store this complete index.html into a secret section. So to do that, how will you do that? Let's say kubectl secret change subset secret and create secret and specify the secret, and it should be generic. And what is the secret file name you create? You will say as index.secret, right? That's what, if you see the diagram, what I did, index secret I'm creating. So I'll create with the same name, sir. Index secret. Okay. And you have to say hyphen fn from hyphen literal. Okay. Here what happened, right? Instead of using hyphen fn from literal, I'm not just storing some weak key value pair. I'm storing the entire file. So it should be from file. It should be not literal. Clear, sir? Earlier what happened? I used to use a from hyphen literal. Like here you are storing a whole index file itself into a secret file. You have to use from hyphen fn from hyphen file is equal to index.html is equal to specify the path actually. Now you could see that you have created a secret with the name index secret. So you can say kubectl get secrets or secret. You could say index of secret is created. You can, if you say describe kubectl describe and specify the index secret index secret. Now you could see that there are 41 bytes are there which is of a type opaque actually. Okay, and this is the file actually, index.html file. You can even do the describe also. It's in command here. Not describe, sorry, edit. So now you could see that the whole content of a file is in an encrypted form. Correct, sir? Right? Here, the index.html. Fine. Now what I will do, that I will try to mount it basically. So I have to try to mount into a running deployment actually. To do that, you should have a YAML file. So you could see that if you have something like what I will do here, basically, as I said, like I have to have an Nginx container which is running, right? Nginx I need to run any Nginx image. So what I will do, I have an Nginx. So I have a script, I have a YAML file with the name nginx-index script. So let me copy this. And open a file nginx-index copy it, paste it, save it, save the file. Now again I'll open the file. Now you could see that this is also basically a deployment, but here what we are doing, we are deploying an Nginx actually. So we need to create an Nginx container with the help of this deployment. And what I'm doing here, you could see that actually under the spec actually you are using a volume. Basically you need to mount somewhere, right? So you need to create a volume actually. So basically here what I'm doing, I'm just using a volume. See, I'm not using some no third-party external volumes to do that. I'm not using some external storage like how we showed in case of Kubernetes volume, right? What I did, right? I created an FS and then I created some volume of something, and then I try to use that volume in my YAML file, right? So I'm not using that. I'm just using an existing whatever the storage which we get by default with the pod, right? Only that I'm using. So here what I'm doing, that I'm using the volume. The name of the volume is my vol. That's what I'm using. And basically within that vol, you're using some secret, and the secret name is number index secret. So right, this is what I created. Correct. So I use this index secret as index in a secret name as index secret. That is what I'm using it. Okay. If you see through the API group, or if you see the cheat code, you will know that actually. Okay. So this everything is which is there within your volume field actually, inside this actually. Okay. So here you have to specify the volume name, and you have to use the secrets, and the secret name and the secret name of the file is index secret. Okay. And within the container, you could see that I'm using the Nginx, and the name of the container is the Nginx container. Here I'm using a volume mount. Basically, I need to specify, sir, where this volume, that is Y volume, has to be mounted to my container. So you have to use the volume mount actually. So what is the volume name? What is not but my vol? Fine. What is the mount path? It means that to which path this volume has to be mounted. And I know that actually all my index files, right, are basically under Nginx /user share Nginx HTML. So same path I'm giving. And here what you are giving the permission mode means read only mode or read write mode. I'm using a read only mode. Here you are specifying yes. You can even give true also. Read only : say true or yes. Both are same actually. Okay. So this is what the volume mount path, and this is what the secret name what you have specified. Clear? So now you could see that actually I will try to run this pod. I'll try to run this YAML file. kubectl apply -f -f specify the YAML file index secret. Okay, I think I've given us wrong spelling, but that is fine. So it's created. Now if I say kubectl get pod comma, what is it? Secrets is -o y. So now you could see that the Nginx is running, it is running, and it is created into the port, into the worker node 1, and you could see that this is your secret file. Now you are having a pass, you are having an IP address. Can you use a run curl command? See, if I use a curl command and hit it, see, you can see the content of your index.html. Clear, sir? Even if you describe also kubectl describe and specify the pod and specify the pod name. Okay, you could see that you have mounted the my wall. Actually, the type is secret actually, and the secret name is index secret. So basically, you will not be able to see the content of what is there in the index.html file. See, the mount point for a container is /user share nginx HTML. From the my wall, it has been mounted, and it is only read-only permission, right? So you are not able to see the content of your index.html file. So you are basically encrypted it with help of a secret. Clear, sir? Till here, are you clear? Sir, say yes or no?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. So this is the stuff actually. Here you are encrypting the whole file itself actually, right? So you know you understood in the command line one, right? So some people might ask Rajesh, you are using the command line because command line is more like flexible, sir. Suppose some people say that no, I have to use a YAML file itself to create a to create a secret file. In that case, you can go through this, sir. Actually, there is one file is there. See, I'm using the kind as a secret, and I'm using the index secret, and you could see that in the index file only, I have created the encrypted form. Clear? Now, so you can even do this also. So basically, what I will do, I'll say first delete that Nginx. Okay, and I will also delete the secret. What is the secret name? My SQL no index secret, right? So you have removed it, and I'll just try to create a secretary.yaml file. I'll just copy it. Right. So what you're doing here? See, basically you're using a kind. You can even use a YAML format, or else you can use a command line. Command line is more flexible, sir. That's what people use a lot of time commands line rather than using in a secret file. But you have to do an automation, end-to-end automation you want to do. So in that case, you cannot rely on the command line. So you have to use the secret files actually. So you have to use the secrets in your YAML file. That's what we are using. So API version v1, client secret, metadata. So what is the secret name what you're creating it, and it is a type is opaque actually, and the data what you're creating, data here I'm trying to create index.html, and you need to pass it basically actually, right? Suppose if I have this encrypted form, right? See, if you have this encrypted, what is the index.html file I have? This is a file I'm having, right? So you can even copy this actually, or else what is happening that if you say echo you can even do a base 64 actually. Hope you're understanding, right? See, it is in an encrypted form, sir. The same encrypted form I'm using in my secret file. See, same encrypted form I'm using. It means that this index.html has this content, sir. So has this content. This entire content, it has been encrypted with this form. Actually. The same I'm copy pasting here in the secret file. Clear, sir? So in the index, so this is the content of your index.html file, correct? So now what happened, right? I will try to say kubectl apply -f, specify the secret. Now I could see that a secret file has got created, kubectl, what is it? Get secret. Now it has created with the name index. Correct, sir? You can even say kubectl edit and specify the secret file, secret with the name index secret. So you could see that. So this is a secrecy, right? So you can copy like this, compare like this, go to your decoder, paste it here, and then say decode. See, you're able to see the content. Correct, sir? Okay. Now, okay. So that's what in a YAML format you have to use this way. Okay. Now, so same stuff, whatever I did earlier for Nginx for the secret file, can I use a config map file? Yes, you can do it. Same stuff here. So kubectl delete -f secret c. I'm deleting it. So the same command. Suppose I want to create a config map for the index.html. It means that I don't want to encrypt it actually, but it should be in the config map file. Then in that case, you can use a config map. So to do that, you have to use the kubectl create config map, same stuff, config map, and specify the config map file name. I'm using something like index cm, index config map. -FN from -file is equal to index.html. Okay, and the path of this /index. So you have created a file, config map file, get config map with the file index.cm. Great, sir. Now here you can use the describe command also. kubectl describe config map and specify this index.cm. But in the you can see the content of the index. See, welcome to Kubernetes session. You can see it here. Even though you have made it under the config map, file name is index.cm. Still, when you're describing it, you can see the complete content of your index.html file, right? But unless and until you don't have the describe permission, you'll not be able to see it. Suppose you're an admin basically have all the permissions. So that's what in the companies usually they don't give all those permissions. They don't give edit permission, describe permission onto the config map or onto the secrets. They will not allow. Even you will not even have a describe onto the edit onto the deployment also, sir. They won't give all those permissions. So whatever the running pod is there, right? You can even create a YAML file out of it and you can even edit it, but you will not have all those permissions because you're not an admin. Correct? So now what I will do that I have to have one YAML file where by using this config map, that is index.cml, right? I should able to run a deployment. So for doing that, actually you have the same command, the same YAML, this Nginx, and instead of using secret, I'm using config. Right? So I'll just copy this. So this is a very simple topic, sir, actually. Okay, Nginx -config map. So I'll save it. And again, I'll open this file. So similarly, it's the same thing. Instead of here, instead of using the secret map, right? I'm using the config map here. The volume part is same, sir. The name of the volume is my vol, and the config map is name is index.cm, which I created right now. And inside the container, I'm using Nginx, and I'm using the same volume mount. And what is a volume mount is on my wall. To which path you are mounting /share Nginx, and here it is always in which mode? Read-only mode. And here you are making use. That should always be a read-only mode. Correct? So now what I will do, I'll check kubectl apply -f Nginx -config map. Now if you execute kubectl get all, comma, config map, I said oh. Now you could see that the pod is running. Here also can run the curl command. See, curl command, curl space, specify the IP. See, you could be able to see the content. Correct, sir? Now here the question comes actually, Some people might ask, suppose you say that actually, okay, Rajesh, you do one thing, sir. You just say kubectl edit config map and specify the config file name. That is not but index.cm, right? So I'll say index.cm. Here you could see that actually that you are having an index.html, but it is having the content, correct? Now you say that Rajesh, this is the one content. I want to add some more content to the same index.html file. So what people usually do, right? They will do that. They will try to edit this config map file only. They will directly come over here. See what they can do instead. They can go to the index.html file and then again they add it again. And once they add it, actually again you have to recreate the config map file. It is a little painful stuff, right? So what people will do basically, like they want to do any editing, actually they will do here itself. That they'll go to the kubectl edit and specify the config map and specify the name of the file, that is index.cml. They'll go here. What they will do, they'll come over here. So what I will do basically, I will just add one more line, something to config map, something config map session. Right. We are closing it. So this is the contents actually. This one line you have added into the same index.html. So you will save this. Now what is happening is that actually now if you see this command, if you execute this command, see you are having this IP. If you execute the curl command, it is not showing the edited, right? Or in the index.html you added a more line, but it is not showing here because this content is running. It is referring to the old config my index dot, which has only one line of this. Later you added one line, right? So in that case, what is happening that either you have to do a rolling bounce of your running container or running pod actually. So to do that, how you have to do means actually basically you can do a kubectl. You have an option, sir. You have not seen this. There is something like a set is there. Set env. So before that, you can run this command kubectl get all. Because I need to know the deployment name, that is Nginx in this case. So I'll say kubectl set env and specify the deployment name. Actually, the deployment name is Nginx, correct? It is Nginx. So I'll be using the same Nginx. I have to use the same Nginx. And then what is happening that you have to say hyphen from is equal to config map. And what is the map file name? Index name. You have to run just to run this command. So basically what it will do, right? If you see see what is happening that it has rerun it. Now if you see earlier what happened, you could see that the pod which was running, it is ending with the smqvv. Now here you could see that, see the new pod has got created. Basically this pod got terminated and a new pod got created. So this is the new pod got created, right? And this is, see, earlier the IP address was 10.44.03. Now you could see that the IP address has changed, correct? If you run a curl command to this IP address, now you could see the edited index.html. Clear, sir? So this is very important, sir. In interview, if there's somebody asks you, you can say that I'm using the kubectl set command environment and specify the deployment name. And here I'm just passing an argument for the config map file, specifying that this new config file has to be re-referred again, because in this index.html, right, this has the edited added stuff, right, in index, which is in a config map file, right? So this you have to tell it, sir. Actually, where is it? This is very important. Clear, sir? I hope you guys have understood.
Okay, Rajesh.
Yeah. So this is all about the config map secrets, sir. Because these two topics are important, and you might come across with some few questions here. I hope that a few of the things have been resolved. I mean, doubts, whatever you had, it got resolved, right? So these things you have to explain in the interview, sir. Right? So these secrets we use heavily in our YAML files, and yeah, and always, sir, always go to the official document. I always say that actually, but this config map and secrets, right? The official website, right? Like official site, right? There are a lot of contents are there actually. You can even use as I said earlier, right? You can even encrypt your TLS certificates also. So just go through this one, sir. Go through this one. So you could say that, see, it's an opaque type actually. It's a built-in opaque type. What are the type of secrets you'll have? By default, it will always be opaque actually. Okay, it's an arbitrary user-defined data. It says that actually. Apart from this, there are many. You can even use a TLS also. Even you can even encrypt the token also. Even you can even encrypt your Docker configuration also. Basic auth, assist auth, everything you can actually encrypt using the secrets actually. But we have not gone to all these examples. But I'm just saying that if you go through this, this one, right? You can even create an empty secret file also. Empty, it doesn't have anything. Later we can add that also. You can create. See, get secret, empty secrets, empty secret. Just you're creating a empty secret file actually. See, kubectl will create secret, generate. And if you come out here, actually, they have explained, you given an example of how to create in a YAML file. So yeah, how you can create a secret file in a YAML, in the YAML form actually. So Docker secrecy and all. There are a lot of stuffs are there, sir, actually, here in this actually. So you can go through this document. It will help you a lot to understand in a better way. See, TLS secrets and all. They explained you like how you have a TLS key, TLS cert, right? How you can encrypt and you can actually create an encrypted form of your CRT and key actually using the secret files. So this is in a YAML format again. So this you can make use of it in your work actually. Bootstrap token secrets and all, like for example, while bootstrapping by you, whenever you're doing kubeadium init, right? At that time the bootstrapping happened, right? So what happened? All the pods will get created. So those pods, when they are getting created, right? Whatever the YAML file are there, that also you have to make it as a secret only. It means nobody should see even the YAML file also properly. So in that case also you can use the secrets over there also. So like that you can use the secrets, everything. What are the tokens and all what you're passing, right? That everything will be in a secret file. It will be in a secret file. So this is a very good documentation, sir. You go through it, see, it's a very big documentation. A lot of stuffs are there, and you can in almost all aspects of your Kubernetes, right? Wherever you're seeing, you can even create a secrets even in your RBAC also. You can create even in the deployment also. You can enable the secrets. Everything, sir. Everywhere the secrets are used actually. So that's what the major importance of the usage of the secrets in Configmap. So these are very big documentations, are like for me, like I didn't go it completely. Only the few things which I wanted to understand, right? I went through this document. I just grabbed all those important things, whatever required for me. Okay. So that's how I went through some of the sections, not all the sections. I will go through it later. Many other sections I will go through it. Basically, I was trying to go with the volumes are actually. So I was trying to go with the volumes. How in the volume the secrets can be used. That section I was going through completely. Okay, so you also go through many of the different sections. You get a lot of ideas. Clear, sir? Okay, sir. What we will do? We'll stop the class or we will continue because I have one more session with the Kubernetes probes. Actually, this takes me half an hour. So if you want, I can start now, or if you okay, I will start in the next session. Actually, shall we have in the next session, or how it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. So what we will do now, sir? Like, let me stop the session. Yeah, somebody can stop the session.